common dishes, I remember they have this delicious vegetable soup, which is kind of slimy. They called it lauoy. Ay, nako. Parang sa Luzon, ano siya, tawag namin ng mga Ilocano, inabraw or dinengdeng. Dinengdeng, mga talagang Ilocano. So, para siyang, ano pa tawag nito, may eggplant, tas parang may saluyot siya na halo. And then, parang may iba pa ng mga vegetables. Pero hindi kasing dami ng vegetables kagaya ng ginagawa sa Luzon. Pero, masarap pa rin siya kasi dinadagdagan nila ng bagoong. So, yun yung memorable na dish para sa akin Kasi, mahilig pa rin naman ako sa vegetables. So, gusto ko pa rin naman ng mga gulay, ng mga putahe. So, yun yung nagustuhan ko. Kagaya na sinabi ko before about the durian, yun yung, I would say, that's one of the crazy foods. Which other people wouldn't say because they love it. But as for me, personally, it is really out there, and the smell is, yeah. I remember my trainer loved durian, so she would just buy a ton, and then she would store it in our fridge, and our fridge, even our apartment, would just, the whole fridge, you open it up, and then it would even make the whole apartment rank because it's just really strong. And it would just the smell would get on the other food that we store in the fridge, and that would just kill it for me. But it's one of the things that I had to deal with, and it's not really a big deal, but yeah, that was my experience with durian. And food memories, I would say I got sick in the mission because, oh yeah, this is one thing, I don't know if you call food, but with water, very concerned sila sa safety ng mga missionaries when it comes to having clean water. Kaya may mga filter kami sa apartments. And when I had this experience, it was a huge slap in the face, because in our mission rules, it was to always bring your water bottle with the that had a filter in it, and so you would get water from any faucet anywhere, but it would still filter it out, right? And so you should never drink from members when you have, when members feed you, you should never drink out of their faucet without using the bottled water, or no, sorry, the water bottle that they gave us, specifically for that reason. And unless it's coming from, a distilled or bottled water or distilled water, like filtered water, you shouldn't drink it. And one time we went to this member's house, and she was making juice, and they were renovating their house, and so it was all, the plumbing system was kind of like all over the place. And then I do not say this to offend, but it wasn't sanitary. And I got pressured into drinking that juice, and I got sick. And so I was really sick. I got sent to the hospital because I was extremely dehydrated. And it turned out to be amoebiasis bacteria, intestinal bacteria, I guess. So I got really sick. And And that was a slap in the face because I remember my mission president telling us to always drink safe water, and I didn't. So that was lesson learned. You know, guess that's how we learn, make mistakes. And I definitely learned, because after that I never drank out of anything or that's knowingly unsanitary, unsafe. I guess because it is still the Philippines, it's not any different in Davao. But compared to where I come from, the areas where I served in, I really loved the religious culture as far as the members go, I guess. That they made the missionary work a priority in the ward. But that's the church culture. And that too, I guess they're very welcoming. For me, coming from Luzon, Tagalog speaker, I didn't speak the language at first, and even when I was already learning the language, I would still butcher it most of the time. They would laugh about it, but not in a disrespectful way. Kind of like, I understand that you're still learning the language type of way, and you're cute because, with your mistakes or with your little fumble and with the language. But I appreciated that, and it made me just go out there and be more confident, I guess, even though they would chuckle about it. And that's how I actually learned, because when I started to gain more confidence about the language, then I started improving. So the very welcoming nature of the people in Davao is what I love the most. And I remember the feeling that I got from meeting people there, that they didn't care if you were from Luzon or from anywhere in the world. They didn't care what religion you were. They didn't care that we've met Muslims or Catholics or, other people from different religions, and they would still welcome us, and they would still say hi to us. And even though it was just because they were intrigued about what we do, and they were just curious. Even if it's just those trivial questions they would ask about the church, I still like that, because it made us feel welcome, made us feel like we're still people, normal people that they don't run away from. Values and traditions. It's the same Filipino culture, I guess.